What do you feel about the people here protesting Donald Trump?
Well, I feel like everybody should have something to say, but this is a Trump rally. If you don't like it, don't come here to protest. Don't come if you're uneducated and you don't know what you're talking about.
You would rather they just didn't come here?
I would rather them not come here.
Are you a fan of the First Amendment?
Absolutely. You know, the right to bear arms. Look, this is...
That's not the First Amendment.
No, the Fourth Amendment.
It is vital to see how this playbook stretches from conservative politicians who know better. DeSantis went to Harvard Law School, all the way out to the right-leaning billionaires who use their immense power to attack and control free speech, and they spend money to sue and punish people for free speech. Sometimes they even buy entire media tech companies to take even more control over speech, while they also tend to claim that they are the true billionaire liberators of free speech. Who might fit the bill?
Yeah, Media Matters is an evil propaganda machine. So I just generally am against evil propaganda machines. And so we are suing them in every country that they operate. And we will pursue not just the organization, but anyone funding that organization.
For all of their talk about freedom of speech, MAGA Republicans sure seem keen to ban any speech they don't agree with.
Tell me what you're saying.
Well, first of all, there's this...
Don't give me a speech. Tell me what you're asking me to do.
With all due respect, Senator, the words you spoke are disturbing, especially coming out of your mouth is very disturbing. But what I would also tell you that we're not advocating for kids to read porn, to Senator Booker's point.
What are you advocating for?
We are advocating for parents, random parents, not to have the ability, under the guise of keeping kids safe, to try and challenge the world view of every single manner on these issues.
You're getting conceptual again.
I'm not getting conceptual.
Well,
I'm saying
yes,
that
you are. Yes, you are. Because I want to know what you're recommending. It sounds to me like what some of you are saying, the librarians should decide who gets to see that book.
I'm saying when individual parents are allowed to make a decision of where that line is, and To Kill a Mockingbird, which involves a rape scene, should that book be pulled from our libraries? I think it becomes a slippery slope.
In a moment, I'll sign an executive order banning a number of all sorts of ridiculous words from state government documents. Those include words like pregnant people, laboring person, birth giver, and several other nonsense terms that have cropped up in recent years. Some on the left will accuse us of being nitpicky, that Arkansas should just lay down and accept the cultural revolution without complaint. I say it's the exact opposite. It's the left that decided that woman is a dirty word.
We want to do history. That's what our standards for Black history are. It's just cut and dried history. You learn all the basics, you learn about the great figures, and I view it as American history. I don't view it as separate history. We have history, a lot of different shapes and sizes. People that have participated to make the country great, people that have stood up when it wasn't easy, and they all deserve to be taught.
Donald Trump has a nearly perfect record of opposing free speech across seemingly every one of its forms. He has sued comedians for telling jokes about him, news organizations for writing stories about him, he's sent cease and desist letters to the Lincoln Project, and he's tried in vain to stop the showing of a film about him called The Apprentice.
Hey, good morning, Donald. I see from your postings on Truth Social, the most ironically named social media platform in history, that once again the Lincoln Project has gotten into your tiny, tiny little brain. Well, we're glad to do it, as always, because we're always happy to tell the truth about the low, loathsome, corrupt, venal, mendacious scumbag that you are. You tried to kill us with Bill Barr in 2020 by getting us investigated by Bill Barr. It didn't work. You tried to kill us off with millions of dollars of advertising and opposition research and direct mail campaigns against us. It didn't work. You're the one, Donald, who understands that the Lincoln Project kicks your ass like nobody else. And we will be here all through 2024, just like we beat your people in 22, beat you in 2020. We're going to beat you again in 2024. We're always in the fight, Donald. You can't make us go away.
The Lincoln Project know that the discovery required for Donald Trump to follow through with his legal threats would likely prove disastrous for him. But Peter Thiel provided a blueprint for other billionaires like Elon Musk to sue media companies they don't like completely out of existence. In an ethically questionable but First Amendment protected move, Gawker outed Peter Thiel way back in 2005. And in retaliation, he funded Hulk Hogan's privacy lawsuit against the company, leading to them filing for bankruptcy back in 2016. Now, Elon Musk is suing nonprofit journalism watchdog Media Matters for publishing a report showing that hateful content on Twitter appeared next to online ads from big companies like Apple, IBM, and Disney. Now, Media Matters has already been forced to lay off staff and could be forced completely out of existence depending on how this lawsuit goes. There's a lot of hypocrisy here, and it's that hypocrisy that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. The same people talking about protecting free speech, constantly screeching about how they're free speech absolutists, are often the ones using their obscene wealth and oversized influence to silence anybody who doesn't say the same things that they do. Free speech is for elites. Well, not just for elites. They get that for some regular, albeit racist people, talk about free speech tends to boil down to not wanting to be criticized for saying racist, misogynistic, or homophobic stuff. But see how far this newfound attachment to free speech will take you if you're, say, a student protesting against the slaughter of Palestinians. Forget speech, you might not even be able to attend that university anymore. And plenty of right-wingers who claim to love the First Amendment have called for them to be literally deported to Gaza. So, yeah, just a little hypocritical, I think.